Right, another day, another bit of exploring. Place your bets. Which will come first? While I learn how to deal with the grapple beam and move more smoothly from place to place? Or will I get the screw attack, which will nullify the need for the grapple beam? Either way is fine by me. Well, that's certainly not working. Can't really think off the top of my head how I'm supposed to change things up here, though. Annoying when you feel like you have the idea and aren't executing it properly, especially since part of me feels there is no right way to pull that off. In my head, I know it's not a false path that can't ever get us to the other side, but considering my skill with a grapple beam, it may as well be. Though I've gotta wonder why I didn't feel all that much annoyance for grapple beam stuff until this game. But the speed boost I've hated for all the 2D Metroids we've done. Well, at least that was easy enough to pull off. Going the other way should be nice and easy as well. Okay, bit of a mistake with the last grapple, but still, that was certainly a good upgrade to get. So let's save as we try to figure out where we're going next. Certainly didn't take me long to decide to save, but considering how spaced out progress generally is, gaining things in a hurry is actually a bit of a relief. Of course, I'm also wishing that we had the same pace of progress we had back at the start of the game. Not to mention the confidence. Sure, I got my ass handed to me by Ridley at the start, but we were getting so many higher-end upgrades in a hurry that it felt like things were opened up quite nicely for a while. Another upgrade, and we're pretty close to yet another save point. Part of me is a little surprised that the save points are a little more common at the moment, but then this is the first Metroid we've gone through that was explicitly not made for a handheld system. But then all the other Metroids we've done were so based on Super Metroid, they even borrowed the frequency of save points. Just something that struck me as strange for some reason. I'm not even sure why it came to me at that particular moment. Did we go through any other clips where I saved twice in less than 5 minutes? I can't really recall any off the top of my head. I'm assuming the next boss fight is just a direct drop from here, or as direct as we can get when there are a number of hidden paths. Of course it'd be easier to say something like that if the mini-map would at least show where the doors we've already explored are, instead of just showing walls. Or if I just remembered a distinctive area like this, instead of being somehow surprised by a spot that we've been to several times over the course of the game so far. Again, is there some kind of official term for having a harder time remembering a two-dimensional environment when three-dimensional ones are remembered pretty damn well? Because I have the feeling if video games were IQ tests, then Super Metroid would not reflect well on me at all, even if I do enjoy the game. Not even sure what I thought I'd find in this dead end. Still, I suppose I appreciate the healing. Okay, kind of impressive that I managed to destroy that many with a well-timed bomb, but that doesn't actually gain us anything. Not even sure what I was trying to do there. Again, I've gotten to the point of flailing around and hoping that sooner or later we run into something. How many times have we devolved into flailing in this game? Right, too much to hope that there'd be a way down from here. Still, it was worth a try. If only I could remember if I'd tried that before. I am so looking forward to the gravity suit. I've still got no clue why it makes us immune to lava, but I would most definitely appreciate that bit of immunity right now. Another barrier that we've run into so many times that I should have memorized it by now. Not even sure why I was about to try blowing up the floor when we can't walk through the lava just yet, or why I'm bothering to check this path again when we've already known what's gonna be at the end of it. Bloody hell, I'm looking forward to when we get to Metroid Fusion at this point. Sure, the combat is gonna be a bit more difficult than Zero Mission, but still, making things more linear like that is going to prevent me from becoming my own worst enemy like I seem to be doing in this game. And again, when you feel the worst part of the game is yourself, it's some rather awkward ground to tread. It's the sort of thing that, honestly, I didn't even notice until I got around to LPing this game. When I'm sitting down and actually playing, I don't really give a damn how many times I repeat some of the same mistakes over and over again. It's a fun trip through a very classic game that has aged well, even if some bits and pieces kind of annoy me and were rectified in later installments. I would very much recommend people play this, but apparently my brain isn't wired in just the right way to make this game a smooth ride for me, even if I still have fun. And that makes coming up with commentary that doesn't sound like me bitching about things that don't really matter all the more difficult. Bitching about my own stupidities doesn't feel like much of a change from me nitpicking various other games. And if anything, there's only so much of it I can do before I start coming across as desperate to just fill the air with noise. Great, there wasn't even a point to me dealing with the enemies up here. It just gave me something to do other than pray that we're gonna be able to reach that upgrade that happens to be in this particular corner. Well, at least this time we managed the jump on the first try. I suppose that's a sign of some improvement. Again, I'll take what I can get. And I just managed to flub it when it felt like I was about as close to it as I was gonna get. Son of a bitch, excuse me for fast-forwarding for a while here. Another try, another drop into the spikes. And apparently me trying to swing wildly on that creature up there did nothing other than just get me hurt repeatedly, which made it even harder for me to tell when I should try to stop swinging on the thing in a way that would lead us further up. Third time wasn't the charm today. Ugh. I have all the right tools. This shouldn't be something that's beyond my grasp by any measurement. The only reason it's still giving me trouble is because I lack that particular ability to get from point to point with any kind of precision around here. And before we got the grapple beam, that didn't feel especially crippling. Now that we do, though, one of my biggest weaknesses is getting quite a few things to add to the low-light reel. And maybe I'm just pessimistic. But I have no idea what a highlight reel for me in this series might look like. And we finally made it! Well, at least all that struggle led us to a major upgrade. That certainly makes it feel worth it. And This is the beam that lets us shoot through walls in this game, assuming, of course, I haven't somehow made another mistake in thinking what beam has that ability. I can certainly think of one nearby hallway that should let us through now, though I don't know how to get there from here for some reason. Damn my memory. Now, if only I could tell based on a quick look at the map where that is. That would certainly result in me looking less like an idiot, at least, but I suppose it's far too late to prevent that from happening at all. Especially for people who've been watching these LPs since the first Metroid I posted. Ah, well, I suppose even veteran LPers like Chucky Conroy have had trouble with the Metroid series at various points. Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any for another save. Oh yeah, already grabbed that because I used the ice beam to jump up here. How the hell did I manage to forget doing that earlier? Hell, that little corner was already pink on the map. I should have had no reason to try to get in there. We don't seem to have any choice but to head left again. Part of me is tempted to take the elevator up just to see if there's anything that's opened up for us now that we can swing around and shoot through walls. The other wants to check if there's some hidden path we don't know about down below that will lead us to the next boss fight without going through the lava pit. Both options need us to go in the same direction for a while, so I suppose it doesn't matter if I made my decision already or not. Not the smoothest run through that hallway we've done, but it could have been worse. If there's a way to that boss room, I assume it has something to do with that mouth door thing that looked like Ridley's face. The only thing we can do to get through there is get the gravity suit and screw attack. Great, Even when I'm spraying shots around and have wide shots like this, I still keep getting hit by those damn hopping bastards. Annoying, but at least we can take it. We certainly have a healthy number of energy tanks by now. Not that our sheer durability did us much good against the boss we had to push around earlier. Right, may as well see what there is to grab further down. Of course, with my luck, everything important is back upwards and I'm just killing more time. It's impossible to know for sure until we get to that upgrade that's sitting just under the rather curved hallway we're probably gonna have to speed boost through. Part of me is curious if something would open up if we did a speed boost in this hallway. The other is kind of surprised that the hopping bastards feel about as tough as they did when we first ran into them. Sure, we have more health now, but it's not like we ever came up with any kind of solid counter against them. We just shoot them when we see them and hope we get lucky, which, granted, we do with all enemy types, but it doesn't seem to do so well for these guys. Just straight from here. How the hell did I manage to forget the damn environmental hazards in here when the massive skull should have reminded me? It's certainly not like that boss was forgettable, especially since it's the only game where we run into that particular gimmick. And just where am I even trying to go now? I could have sworn I was going for the little blue box with a white dot in it down there. Either that isn't what I actually decided to do when I was playing the game, or I changed my mind for some baffling reason when I was actually playing. Okay, this hallway is certainly a solid place to investigate. I should probably be more intimidated by those tentacle things that seem all too eager to grab onto us. But it's not like they have that long of a reach. Okay, so the only thing to see in that hallway was that this is another path to this side of the area. I'm sorry, but that discovery just somehow doesn't feel worth the time or energy. Right, no clue where I've decided to go from here. All I know is that in this clip it feels like I've been killing time so much it's like I'm trying to find a random Time Lord, or any kind of time-related being that can mess around with such a fundamental law of the universe. If I remember right, then this hallway is essentially a dead end if we're coming at it from this angle. Definitely nothing I can do from here. I guess guess we're going left again. Again, entirely my fault that we're stuck over here again, as I had a bad idea for how to make progress and didn't actually make much. Sure, we got some upgrades, so it wasn't a complete waste of time, but still, it didn't feel like 20